All right, welcome back to Forced Evolution. My name is Ryan with Oak Harbor Web Designs, and today, we finished building out this site. Now what we need to do is optimize it. So we need to improve its speed, especially its page speed in sites. So one of the things that happened recently in May is Google introduced core vitals in their ranking. So that involves it's like a first contentful shift. Let's just look this up. Google core vitals, because I mean the words they use are so wordy. I can't remember what they are, but I know what they are. Google core vitals. So let's see what this is. Yeah, here we go. First input delay, how quick a user can interact with your page. So how soon does it load that they can start, tapping things and doing things with it. Largest contentful paint is how fast the largest web page element loads. So think like whatever is your biggest element, which is probably going to be an image, which is probably going to be your landing page image. So if you have that too big, especially on mobile, like if you have like a 3,000 pixel wide picture on a mobile screen, that's like two megabytes big. Wow, why? That's going to cause your web page to load really slow. So that's kind of what that is. And then cumulative shift. So if you've ever loaded a website and you notice like the elements in the website pop and shift, because when they if you have images that don't have height and width elements or attributes on them, when they load, they don't take up space. But then when the browser finally loads them, oh, here they are, and it just kind of causes everything to shift around it, because now it's taking up space and pushing things away. So that's what cumulative layout shift is, or as far as I understand all three of these things, and this just came out. So this is now going to be a big part of ranking on Google, is minimizing these numbers. So you can get that from Google's page speed insights. And what we do is we take our website that we have, pop it in here, analyze, and wait for it to do its thing. Almost there. So I think this one is in the 60s when I first did it. So we're gonna look at these numbers. Oh, 80. Okay, that's not too bad. So we got first contentful paint 2.9, largest contentful paint 3.7. So time to interactive 6.4 seconds. Now we got to improve all of this. We have to be in the green for these guys, and these are the important ones. Cumulative shift layout, cool. Nothing too crazy. That's cool. But largest contentful paint 3.7 seconds. No go. So let's look what we got here. So served in these next gen formats. Let's see. So this just means it wants you to use these, especially WebP. I think that's the new thing now. But what this really means is if you can't use these or don't use these or don't know how to use these, what this really means is resizing and compressing. So we need to resize these images to where, what they actually fit on the mobile screen, and then we need to compress them to their smallest size. And then these, so render blocking resources are any like scripts or other links that have to load before the HTML can load. That means it's render blocking, because it's blocking the website from rendering. And looks like, what is this? Oh, I think this is a Google. Yeah, so we have two Google links, our Google Fonts links. So we got Poppins and Laura. So we can actually right away we can remove Poppins, because I think that comes default with everything. Laura, if I delete it, let's see if it still loads. So if I save, open to live server, and is that still Laura? Yeah, it's still there, even though I deleted it. So we don't need those two links. That's another good way to get rid of. So these are render blocking, because they have to load first. So if you use fonts that are built into the browsers that you don't need to have a Google font list. Like, don't use crazy fonts. That's how you can eliminate this issue. And one thing we could do right now is defer off-screen images, and that is going to be using the loading equals lazy attribute that I think Chrome, Firefox, I think they use it. So what it is, it's an attribute you put on all of your images, and it lazy loads it for you, so you don't even have to implement it yourself. So let's just look at our image tags, all of them. You don't want to lazy load the like the front one. So we're doing this for mobile, right? We want to optimize for mobile. So anything that's on this page, you don't want to lazy load because it needs to load. So you just leave it alone. So we're going to leave alone the image in the mobile nav, and yeah, right here, this hero. So these pines, looks like we need them. But let's just do it anyway. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it's a problem. Loading equals lazy. So let's copy and paste this here. Let's go up into, so we got, okay, here's our other images. All of them lazy, loading lazy. Everything. Everywhere you see an image, add this loading equals lazy attribute, and that will help you significantly. And that should be it for that. So now that's addressed, reduce unused JavaScript. So a main thing that I have to do, so I have to update my starter kit and all 35 of my clients' websites, is I have to remove jQuery. jQuery is another thing that is just bogging down these load times. So let's go ahead and remove our jQuery. So yeah, I use jQuery for the hamburger nav, and for some reason this to grab the HTML, and then these are all of the modals for. I have a modal system for my portfolios. When you click on an image, it loads a big modal, and I have not. This is a horribly inefficient way to do it. Like I have a modal for each individual picture. I just haven't figured out a way, because I'm not obviously JavaScript smart enough to figure that out right now. So we actually don't need these because we don't have a portfolio page on here. It's a store. We don't need portfolios. And so I need to remove everything that's jQuery on this site. And I already did that for another website I did. So let's open up off screen. Protect the privacy of my other clients' folders. I think it was Turner Painting. Yep, that's another one. That's one I did. So I think Turner Painting. No, wait, was it? No, I didn't do that. Yep, it's still there. No, it was a different one. Yeah, that's the one I did. Okay. So here is the JavaScript without jQuery. So I'm just going to copy and paste this. Basically, what I did was, so I removed this, and I replaced it, and I removed this, and added its own. See, I got all these JavaScript or jQuery variables, so I just basically fixed them all to be regular JavaScript. So where it was, the $, now I saved it in a document, query selector all. Here is that toggle. So instead of this, where it's var hamburger equals this thing, and grab the hamburger class, then on click run this function to toggle class on hamburger is active. It's a little verbose in jQuery, but when we do it in JavaScript, it's actually a lot more easier. You just store your variable hamburger, and you do your class list and toggle, and there's the class. So now instead of doing that jQuery thing, we just do this little liner. And var, so we're I'm gonna fix that. So var, when to use var, when to use const, when to use let. Ideally, well, these can all be const because they never change. So const is when a variable is consistent, it never changes, right? Let is when it's kind of fluid, it can change. So if you want a variable that's going to change at some point, you do let. It's kind of like asking, like, hey, can you just let this be this for a second? Let this variable hang on to this value, and then we can change it whenever, right? But when it's const, it's like, hey, this is going to be constantly. This is going to be this variable, this value. This never changes. It's constant. So we're going to change those to const, actually. So we removed that jQuery, and now in my dark mode, so this is my old dark mode system where I targeted every individual element with jQuery, which is horribly inefficient, and then I got smarter and did it better to where I only toggle. No, there it is. I only toggle or add a class on the body. So my dark mode works by adding a dark mode class on the body, and then I just do body.dark mode, right? So whenever body has dark mode on it, do this dark mode style for this this property. So if we scroll down, like in the landing, you see body.dark mode, body.dark mode, body.dark mode, and it's all of these different selectors. So that's how I do my dark mode. Now I just toggle one class. So I'm just gonna copy this as my dark mode from my already optimized website, and we're going to fix that here. So I think I'm just gonna see if make sure. So hope this works. I've been having problems getting it to when I copy and paste things like this and there, and now I just need to change some things in dark. Let's see, dark. Yep. So from here is this and on is like custom. This is all the actual website. Everything up is part of my dark mode core styles. So we're going to copy these core styles that I fixed on this website, and we're going to paste it on these core styles here and see if this works. If not, I'm going to have a lot more work to do. Okay, cool, that works. All right, that's on, that's on. Everything's saved. Awesome. Okay, there's that. I just want to make sure it still works. Everything is dark moding. Coolly. Okay, yeah. So I just had to remove all of my jQuery and replace it with JavaScript, which I had jQuery when I first started because I didn't know JavaScript very well, and I just copy and pasted some code to make things happen, and it's just horribly inefficient. Try to stay away from jQuery if you can. Use JavaScript. It's one less render blocking resource, one less CDN you have to load, and it's one less avenue of security breaches because you have to update your jQuery every so often. So now what we're going to do, now that we removed jQuery from our JavaScript, we're cool here. We can remove jQuery up here. So that's out. And let's see what else we need to get rid of. So text compression. Okay, that also comes down from jQuery. So another 0.15 seconds from jQuery. Elements not having specific width and height. We need to fix this. So it's complaining about the homepage image, which is this guy. So that's another problem. I need to start adding my width and heights. So let's go to here. On mobile, it is 254.8. So let's just say 255. And then we add height of 327.25. So 327. There you go. You don't need to add pixels or anything. It strictly just takes the number value. So let's just copy and paste this, and we're going to go down to the footer where our other one is. This guy. So you're going to be in your footer logo. For the logo, this one. All right, here's the end of that. Height and width. You are going to be 152. And then 195. All right, so save that. And that's it for that. Poorly sized images. So it looks like these can be optimized, probably resized or compressed, right? Okay. So we got rid of jQuery. We did that. We removed that, and without going through and resizing and compressing our images, let's just see optimized things. So let's just see. Let's push this to our repository where everything lives. And I'm going to show that in the next video how to do that. So let's just refresh, make sure everything is golden. To make sure it, let's see, hero. So there's no height and width, so it hasn't loaded yet. They're going to do Control, Shift, and R. That performs a hard refresh, because a lot of times your browser will it'll save cached versions of your website, and it won't exactly load. Okay, something's happening here. I broke something. So this works, but my dark mode don't work. Oh, that's right. I was testing the wrong damn. All right. When I was testing dark mode, I was testing it on the actual live version instead of the actual test server version, because it's 1 a.m. and I'm stupid right now. So I think I know what the issue is here, because I was dealing with it before. I just got to, because body.dark mode, and then I had to remove the dark mode class from everybody else. I think there's some dark mode classes still lingering. Let me check. Yeah, these are still lingering. I think I got a different, let me check out a different file that I had this saved in. Let me see if I didn't completely wreck everything. Let's see. I'm just going to grab this code from off screen. This is for a client. I don't think they want their name plastered on YouTube right now. So we're going to fill this up. Let's see if that works. There it is. Yeah. Except that doesn't work now. So where are we losing it here? Let's steal their JavaScript. One of these I got it right. I know that. Let's try. Let's do this. Let's steal their JavaScript. Let's copy and paste here. You guys don't have to worry about any of this. It's all going to be fixed in the new build kit. Okay. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I just need to remove this. Yes. So what is different? Why does this work? This doesn't. I don't know. I'm not a JavaScript expert to be able to look at all this, but hey, it works, and that's good enough for me. So let's get this fixed. So body.dark mode, mobile nav. We're gonna fix that. Where's that at? I don't see you. Okay, let's just do body.dark mode, mobile nav. All right, let's find you. Just got to do some minor corrections here. There we go, mobile nav. Get rid of that. That doesn't need to have anything done with it. All right, that's cool. And then I need to find the dark guy. I'm looking for the pseudo element that says dark. What's up there? Oh, well, that's just stupid. fix that. For some reason, I think I copied and pasted it wrong. Let's just check to make sure I didn't do anything else stupid. Okay, no. My stupid is limited tonight, so I didn't do anything too stupid. So here's light, here's dark. Here we go. We need to make this white so that it shows up right there. See, it was dark before. Now it's, I mean, well, it is dark still, but it's light dark. It's dark that's light. It's spelled dark and it's light colored, white colored. There we go. It's such a weird sentence. I'm so off right now. So we got that fixed. Let me just make sure desktop's not weird. Cool. All right, we're good. We're golden. So let's inspect. Let's bring you back over here. And now let's fix down push. So give us a few seconds for netlify to pick it up. Control Shift R. There we go. All right, life is beautiful again. So we got that. We have our width and height. So let's take this now. Let's redo it. Just by doing those things, by removing JavaScript, adding lazy loading, and adding the heights and widths to all of our images, let's just see what that does before we do any optimizing of the images. Yeah, I don't know what to fill in with the dead space here. Oh my God, here we go. 100, hello. So, yeah, just little stuff like that. Once you lazy load all those images, you don't run into those problems anymore, looks like. But we're still gonna optimize, because you never not optimize your images. It's just a wasted effort. But for some reason, we're at 100 right now, so this is cool. We're under where we want to be. Our cumulative layout shift went from 0.003 to 0, which is great. Everything else is green. This is low. This should be under 2.5 seconds, so we're well under that. Time to interactive, 0.9 seconds. Love it. So our site loads in under a second. First contentful paint, right there again, 0.9 seconds. I think that needs to be 2.5 or higher. And I think that's good. So now let's get to the images. So we're gonna go here. So this, I don't know if we need to resize them. So what you would want to do is you'd often need, these are actually SVGs, so I don't think I need to worry about this. I don't think I need to worry about these. So instead of, I'm not going to resize right now. I think all I need to do is, okay, so we're going to now, let's just optimize these images. So we're going to compress them. And if you're wondering if there's a weird cut, I had a knock at the door. So little guy woke up and I had to make him like a little snack to go to bed and put him back down. So here we are, back to work. So we're going to go to this is my go-to for all image compression. This is not a sponsored section of my my tutorial. This is just what I use. So we're going to take all of our images, all of them. I think they do it 50 at a time, but I think I'm just going to get them all. So I'm going to copy all of my assets, even the SVGs, everything, and I'm going to open it and let it do its thing. So it will. I chose it's a lossy. It's the optimal choice to keep quality and compression. So it'll compress it to its smallest file without losing any quality. So like this one. Oh my God, this faded antique full opaque. This one. This is one of the background images for here. You see the background? I don't know if you can see it. So let's iPad it up. So this background here was actually 132 kilobits. When we compressed it, it went down to 22. A huge savings. Like that can't be discounted. That's pretty darn good. There's an 83% reduction, 78%, 61%. So overall, we saved 10 gigabits of images total. So what we're going to do, we're going to download all these. It's going to open up into a compressor, show in folder. It's actually showing in folder off screen. So what you want to do is right click and extract all, say yes. There you go. These are all your images. Come here. So now what I want to do, let's see, let's open up the forced evolution images. So what we're going to do, here's all our images, all of our huge, gigantic, what a waste images. And we're going to open this folder from our downloads, Control A to select all, and then don't copy and paste because, I mean, you don't want to have all this extra image space on your computer. So just drag this over and pop it, and yeah, replace them all. We don't need them. You're nothing to me anymore. We can go ahead and remove that, delete that, close this, and then we can just send this off, optimize images. This is commit, and this is push to repository and Visual Studio. If you do get your GitHub connected to your Visual Studio, it's as easy as that. You go to your source control, and then you type in your message, which is basically your message for committing. This check mark commits it. You go up here and push it, and it pushes it to the repository that is connected to your Visual Studio. I don't know if it has to be connected, but it's the if you clone repository or if you initialize one. I'll show you all that in the next video. But now let's just give this a good hard reset. Let's give it a few seconds because it is a lot of images. I don't see the little blue guy moving over here telling me it's still loading. So let's just give this another shot. And with that, let's try and reload. Let's see if we can't get rid of this. You know, this 2.4. Because even though we are lazy loading a lot of them, we could still do better. And it's not about just kind of doing the bare minimum. It's, you know, where else can you optimize? And somehow that brought me down to 95. But I think that is more realistic. I don't know how it was 100 when I still had to optimize some images. But we got a total blocking time here of whatever this is. Defer off-screen images, dandelion white flip. Did I miss one? I think I missed one. That's going to be the footer guy. So here's this. Where does that come in? So there's the, yeah, this. He is in the logo box. Oh, is it a footer box? Yep, I missed you. That was collapsed. So save. Dandy, not so dandy. And commit, push. So that's my only negative score. So we're gonna fix that. Now let's try this again. And again, let's sit in some awkward silence together as Google does its thing. You know, not all silence needs to be filled. It's okay to be alone with your thoughts. Oh, here we go. 100. Now that feels more earned because we have no issues now. There's nothing else. These are just some recommendations that I have no idea what they mean. You know, if I was a smarter person, maybe I would know. But for now, we don't really need to worry about it because look at these numbers. They're nice and green, and you know we didn't have to do too much, honestly. A lot of times I have to resize some. So what I would do is I would resize images for mobile instead of loading. If you had an image, let's just go to here. So if this image, if this was an actual image instead of just a div with a background like we did it, I would have two images. I'd have one for mobile that is at 225 by 270. And then when we go to desktop at 124, you see it's 318 by 454. I would actually load a bigger image that's this size. So that's what I mean by resizing for mobile, is you have mobile images and you have desktop images. So I label them as such in my in their names. So when you save an image, like if benefits bridge, I would have benefits bridge dash mobile, benefits bridge dash desktop, sorry. So that would help distinguish it. And I mean, you can either do that the way I've chosen to do it, because it was the old me, is I have a desktop and a mobile class. So if I wanted a desktop or mobile of this one, it would be class mobile. And I have another one that's copy and pasted, that was, class desktop. And on mobile, I would display none, the desktop. And on desktop, I would display none, the mobile, and put desktop display block. So I want to show desktop image on desktop and hide the mobile image on desktop, right? That's how I used to do it. But now we want to use, I think it's image. It's not the picture element. Image source HTML. I think it's that. Multiple. Let's try this. Multiple images responsive. HTML. I think it's gonna be this one. Like, it's still new to me, so I am. I still haven't started using it yet, actually. Yeah, here it is. So what you would do is, source set. That's what it's called, source set. So in your image tag, you'd have a source set, and this is where you would put all of your images separated by a comma. So this would be, benefits bridge dash mobile, benefits bridge dash desktop, and we'd have the sizes. So we'd set it here, however big we want it, and then source is where we set it. This is like the fallback, right? So if the browser doesn't support source set, this is what we have. So on max width of 600 pixels, we show 480 pix and 800 pixel wide. And that's what these are. So I would read up on these before getting my my brief, non-educated blow through. So, but this is the way to do it. I would look this up on Mozilla. So image source set. Look this up. I used to know what these all meant, and I'm pretty sure they mean something. And I'm not going to sit here and waste your time looking it up when you can do that on your own at your own time, and not have me read things off to you, because that's not what this is about. But so yeah, compressor.io, compress all your images, get a nice zip file to download, throw them all in there, and before you know it, your 80% is now 100. So let's check out desktop, 100. So yeah, this is crushing it. We are now compliant with all of Google's core vitals. So it's that easy. Just remove JavaScript, remove Google fonts if you can, lazy load your images, optimize your images, make sure obviously your HTML is clean, easy to load structure, not a lot of render blocking resources. Like I defer my JavaScript, so this defer attribute, when you add it to your JavaScript scripts, it defers it to load after the page has loaded. So instead of loading our JavaScript either before or during while the HTML is being loaded and the site is being loaded, this defers it. So as long as your your landing page is not dependent on this JavaScript running first, then you can defer it and you can save even more time in improving your page speeds this way. So all of my scripts are deferred if I don't need them to load immediately. So that's how you do it. And this thing is about ready to go. I just have to do the social media OG titles and stuff. I just have to do the description and keywords. Canonical, don't forget, all of your websites need this, a rel canonical. This tells Google what is the main website domain, and you're just gonna copy the whole dang thing. So it'd be this, but not this. This is the netlify tester domain. So this would technically be https / and we want to make it www.yourwebsite.com. So you want to have https / forward you want the whole dang thing, right? You don't want to miss anything. That's what goes in canonical. Always have canonical. You need that. So now what I would do from here is we need a sitemap. So what I like to do is, do I have it saved? No, I didn't save it. Go to sitemap generator. I like to use this one. So xml-sitemaps.com. What we do is you just put in your link, hit start, and this will crawl your website, and it'll put together a sitemap in XML for you based on all of your pages. I don't have many pages on here, so it's not going to be anything crazy. So now we view our details, download your sitemap. So these are all the pages that it has in our sitemap. And what we do is I would take this, cut it out. I take this, show in folder. I take the sitemap, and you go to your root directory. So forced evolution. So this is where where index lives, where my JavaScript lives, Favicon lives. What we're going to do is we're going to take this sitemap and we're going to throw it over here. That's where it goes, right in your root directory. And next, you want to have a favicon, and I like to use this one, realfavicongenerator.net. Again, this is not a plug. This is just what I like to use. So let's see what images if there's anything I want to use. What image do I want to use for? Usually you just use a piece of their logo, but this is not going to show well. This might actually. Yeah, here we go. Logo graphic. I like that. We'll try that. So we'll do logo graphic. So this will generate all of the favicons for you. So that's what it'll look like on light screens. That's what it looks like on dark. It looks like it sucks on dark, and you can't win on all of them. So most of the time it's going to be light anyway, so we're going to stick with that. And just for the case of this video, we're just going to stick with that. So you go generate your, at the bottom, you go generate your favicon, and then you take this code, right, copy it, and paste it right here. This is where I put my favicons. So you just paste it right here. And move it over. So here's where your favicons live. I like to mark everything. So you just put this in your head, right? And then let's download our favicon package. Again, another zip we have to unzip. So we have all these. These are all your favicons for all possible browsers, phones, etc. And what we're going to do is get out of here. So we're going to go back to our root directory. Get rid of this. We don't need you anymore. Control A, and then we're going to move this over, and that's your favicons. They have to be in the root directory. It looks messy now that you have a sitemap and all these favicons and your index, but this is where they have to go. So now when we let's close this. Let's close this. Close this. So here's our CBD, blah blah blah. So let's see, added favicon. And sitemap. Push. So when that's done, I don't see that little bar. There's the bar. Okay, so it stopped loading. So let's hard refresh. Control-Shift-R. Control-Shift-R. There it is. So there's your favicon. Obviously, it looks terrible in the dark, but on light mode, it looks pretty good. So that's, I'm just going to live with that for now. So that's our favicon. That's great. And right now, I think that's it for now for like these last finishing touches that you always have to do for a website. Obviously, you know, add your Google Analytics tag here, and then, you know, yeah, we can also add our schema markup for small business. So let me, who has it? I can borrow that from somebody. I got it. I think I know which one it is. I'm just going to borrow it from one of my other websites. Because that's what you do. You already got code done. Just borrow it from your other websites. So let's do schema markup. This will be a fun one. So let me just remove all the identifying details because I don't want to put any of my clients' names or phone numbers or emails on blast, despite however many tens of dozens of people that might watch this. So we're just off screen. I'm just removing all identifiable information. So please forgive me while we wait for me to get cracking here. Okay, that should be it. So I'm going to copy this. And you can edit in the header or in the, you know, at the bottom by your scripts. I like to edit at the bottom in my scripts. So this is schema markup. It's in JSON, which is some sort of language. I don't know JSON, but I just know where things go for this. This came from a schema markup generator for local business. This is a local business schema markup. This is very important to be able to do and do right. It helps Google know who exactly you are. So we are Forced Evolution. Telephone number, I don't know. So 555. Email, I don't think we have an email yet, so email at email.com. Whatever. Price range, image. This is going to be your logo. So what you can do, once you have your live site, right-click on your image, open a new tab, and Netlify actually it'll save them. So yeah, I think this is where it lives. So it'll save it in a link, and when we go to the link, there's the image. So that's what we put here is the logo, image, and then here's where we put the address, your street address, like your town, state, postcode, and then we got your hours of operation. So we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and all of them open at 7 a.m. and they close at this time. And then this is also for Saturdays. So we got day of the week, Saturday, which is open at a different time, closes at a different time, and another one for Sunday, which is open at a different time, close at a different time. So that's just your basic schema markup for local business, and every website needs to have this. If you don't, you're missing out. Your website's missing out. Google loves this. This is basically catnip for Google. So do this. Put this in your site. Go to schema markup generators. I have a great one right here that I like to use. It looks like it's technicalseo.com/tools/schema markup generator. And you can pick which you need. So like we can do, I use this for my blog posts. So I'll do article, and what type of article. It is a blog post. Here's the URL of the blog post. And then here's the headline, the logo, an image that describes it, short description, author type, publisher, and it generates here for you that you just copy and paste. I freaking love it. This is pretty neat. So I definitely recommend using this. Looks like we got how to, but it looks like this is just for pretty specific things. Let's do that logo SEO. And it's actually just SEO tools. So, but you can find local business schema markup online somewhere. But I will also include it in my build kit. I'll add a default one to my starter kit that you can download with all of my starter kits. So with that, we got our page speed where we want it for mobile and desktop, totally crushing it. So this is where we want to be. These are the types of websites we want to make. When we're building custom coded websites, this is the standard. This is what we need to go for. This sets us apart from a lot of other, rinky-dink, pump and dump WordPress themes. Let me see. Let's just check out a website of somebody that is a Wix site, or a Wix or WordPress site. I'm trying to think of the ones that I know offhand. There is. Let's just do. I don't know. Landscapers in Ohio. Let's just find somebody. So Buck and Sons. Let's do this. Let's see what you're made with. So I like to use builtwith.com, and you just put the website in here, and let's see what it's built with. Yoast. This is a WordPress site. So contact form 7. This is a WordPress site. So let's just check its page speed, right? Let's see how it's doing. And no, my audio did not cut out. I'm just not talking. Oh my God. So this is what we need. This is how you can sell a new website to somebody. Because God, this is just awful. This is disrespectful. So obviously, this is, whoa boy. So yeah, they're not sizing their images properly. Is this a gigabyte here? Or no, a megabyte. Let's see. They're not deferring their screens. Their images are gigantic. They're not being served right. They're not optimized. Look at this, 124. Let's see, 99. A lot of render blocking resource. See, this is the problem with WordPress. Oh, look at all this nonsense that is just it's render blocking. It's loading first and preventing your page from loading because it has to load all this nonsense first. Yay, WordPress. And that's 2.6 seconds right there, just from all this craziness. Looks like we got reduce unused JavaScript. Again, there's jQuery, our typical culprit. And then it looks like these are some other libraries or plugins. They got a lot of unused CSS. Now, Bootstrap. They got a bunch of problems down here. Minimize, oh boy. There's just so much going on with this. So if I was trying to sell this person a website, at first I know, hey, it looks like you got a pretty standard WordPress site, and I was checking its page speeds on Google, and it's at an 18 out of 100, and that's terrible. I want to make you something better. My page speeds are like 100, and if your mobile is not optimized correctly, if it's not in the upper 90s, you are losing out on a lot of SEO, etc. But somehow these guys, when I did Landscapers Ohio, they're the first results. So something's going on here, and one of my hunches is the age of domain and content. So they got a lot of content here, which is great. It could be better. It could be more content. This is a nice site, but man, they can optimize it better. What we could do is we want to find out how old the domain is. So we go to look up domain information. I think it's going to be who is. There it is. Who is. So we take this, copy their link, and we go. We just want to see some information on their domain. And created in 1998. That is why they are the front page. Because holy crap, that's an old domain. Old domains, man, that is like that's like being best friends with Google. Like if you and Google like went out to the movies every night together and had dinner, your kids hung out. That's what it's like to have a website that's been registered in 1998. Like it has such reputation with Google that you could put anything on it and it'll probably rank. So yeah, that's why. So that under that, like just that little sleuthing, we learned a lot about that business. And obviously they're doing good because of the domain age, but we can make them a better website, a more optimized website that loads even faster. So that's how I go about my business. When I try to find clients, you need to do that kind of research on them before you call them, so that you know what you're talking about. They see that you did your research and your homework, and you clearly you might have an idea of what to do. So, but that is that's the difference in page speeds right there. 18 compared to 100. We can do better. So this is the optimization video, and the next video I'm going to show you how to add it to GitHub and connect it to your Netlify, and then connect that Netlify to a domain. Either purchase a new domain from Netlify or link to it from a separate domain registrar. Like if you had a domain that was on Google Domains, how do you connect that to Netlify? Very easy. We'll find out in the next video, and hopefully we learned something today. Thanks for watching, and let's check out the next one.